Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Mac from Mac Movie Reviews, and right now I'm down and out with a bum ankle, sprained ankle. I twisted it. Here's a video representation of what happened.
Hey, yo, the pizza here.
My ears burn. Man, that was truly what happened, and I'm sticking to that story. But I'm bored, sitting around, not really doing anything, so I figured why not just post a video, kind of just going over some of my top 5 films I've seen so far in 2023. Now, this is just completely unscripted, just me going from the top of my head, because right now I just kind of want something to do, and I can't get to the theaters for now because the next movie reviews I'm going to have up for you guys will probably be Oppenheimer and Barbie, so that's going to be fun. But this list is just 5 films I think are in my top 5 so far. They're in no particular order, just, I just do 5 movies and kind of do with this, but this will be interchangeable. This isn't going to be like the top 5 near the end of the year list, but this will probably just be like what I think so far. So let's get into this video. These are my top 5 films I've enjoyed so far in 2023. Let's get right into it.
What the fuck is wrong with that bear? Shoot it, man! Bear, speed up!
Get higher, baby, and don't ever come down.
I do not care if people think this is probably one of the dumbest movies of 2023. Cocaine Bear comes in at number 5 for me because Cocaine Bear is such a fun, just dumb movie. It was just absolute peak cinema, as Martin Scorsese would say. Peak cinema. Now, when I go to the movies, I want to be entertained. I don't want to be bored. I want to have a good time with the movie I'm watching and everything like that. And with Cocaine Bear, when I saw the trailer, I said, okay, this is going to be entertaining. I cannot wait to see this movie. And I dragged my dad to go see Cocaine Bear. Really entertaining. I loved it. It's just the concept of just a bear eating cocaine and then going ape shit. It's just perfect. It's absolutely hilarious. First of all, didn't expect to see a good film from Elizabeth Banks. Like her last film, Charlie's Angels didn't do all that well, but that's neither here or there. But seeing a movie with this and you're thinking it's so out of left field, but when you find out this is actually based on the true story, and when it came to Peacock, they actually released a true documentary type of the events that surrounded it. Obviously, the bear didn't kill anyone that they know of, but it did die months later. But it was just a very funny, entertaining film. Pretty good to see Ray Liotta in there, one of his last movies he did before he passed away last year. But definitely, it was so fun. Cocaine Bear was absolutely entertaining. It's one of the few films that I actually like the aesthetic of the 80s being used well. It makes it even much funnier and kind of better, because I really feel like a cocaine-induced bear rampage could only happen in the 80s because was the style at the time. But I think Cocaine Bear was just a really fun film. If you're looking for a fun, turn your brain off, have just a fun time with it, watch Cocaine Bear. It's on Peacock, and I definitely say it's probably worth getting a week trial or $4.99 for Peacock. So I'm gonna put Cocaine Bear at number 5. Let's just come to the conclusion. Phase 5 so far has not been the redemption arc of this anime of the MCU that we were expecting to, coming off the very underwhelming presence of Phase 4. But there was a little glimmer of hope, and that was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That being James Gunn's last Marvel film before he heads off to DC and either saves it with Superman Legacy or cripples it. So, more developments on that later. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it was great because it wasn't an MCU film. It was a James Gunn film first and then a Marvel movie. It did a great job of ending a lot of the characters that we've grown to pretty much watch for the last 9 years in this theaters. And I think with this team that you assembled for Guardians of the Galaxy, there's no other possible way for it to work without all the aspects to it. And I think that's what made Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's funny, has heart, gets a little emotional. I'm not gonna spoil it because I really think you should all watch it. This is pretty much a Rocket's movie. This is his origin story type. This is more of a character focus on Rocket, while everyone else is trying do their own arcs and everything like that. And then the villain, the High Evolutionary, was such a great villain. I think he was much better than Kang. If they, the whole situation going on with Jonathan Majors and the outcome of that, they should probably think about maybe bringing the High Evolutionary back and possibly being the big bad, because in my opinion, I think the High Evolutionary was what Kang should have been in Ant-Man, but it's whatever. But this movie is just fun. Great soundtrack, great action, great comedy, and really emotional. This is probably the most heart I've seen from a Marvel movie since probably No Way Home, possibly Endgame. But if this is the last type Marvel movie that I can leave the theater actually being happy and not pissed that I wasted my money on, then, you know, it was a good run. Because man, I really can't wait for the Marvels to come out in November. Am I right, guys? But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm putting it at number 4.
Yo, Noah.
Take the wheel.
Listen, if you were to go back in time to my junior year in high school, 2017, and tell me that after Transformers Last of the Night, I would go on to enjoy not one, but 2 Transformers movies that are based on Gen 1 designs and the Gen 1 storylines, I would have told you to get the hell out of here. There's no way. But, you know, if there's a will, there's a way. Not only did I enjoy 2018's Bumblebee, which gets overly hated on for some reason, I don't know why, I really enjoy Transformers Rise of the Beast. There's something with Rise of the Beast that just feels like a classic Transformer tale. Like, it does the whole, we're going to go to Earth and we're gonna like work with the humans and try to stop this big evil Decepticon from destroying everything and saving the world. I think it did it better than a lot of the Bayformers film did, and I like the first Bayformer film to this day, but I think Rise of the Beast maybe just edges it a bit as my first or second favorite. Rise of the Beast is so much fun. I like the human characters for the first time in a while. I thought the 2 main leads had great chemistry. I love the Autobots. They were really entertaining. I will even say Pete Davidson's Mirage, with a lot of his lines being improvised, it was kind of really funny. I was not expecting to laugh at it. Peter Cullen's back as Optimus Prime, which is badass. I'm glad we can get him back to do some stuff because he's not going to be here forever, and it's really good to just give him his roses so that way he can have one more shot at being Optimus in these movies. And we got introduced to the Maximals. This was their live action debut. So we've had Dinobots, now we have the Maximals. Let me just say, the Maximals are much better than the Dinobots we got, but seeing Optimus Primal and everyone was really cool. And the way Optimus in the trailer, he was portrayed as like, you know, I don't want to trust humans and everything, I just want to go home. He goes through an arc, and Optimus Primal really helps Prime figure out, like, hey, we can help the humans. It was really good. Like, the writing in this was actually, there were some moments where it was a little iffy, but a lot of the times it actually had character arcs from a lot of the characters, to be honest with you. And I think the only weakest part with Rise of the Beast is probably the end action scene, which is just too much going on. But it's one of those sequences where every one character has to have their signature moment. I think Bumblebee's was probably coolest when he jumped out of the plane. He's like, "Don't call to come back. I've been here for years." Like, it's a really good movie. And I will say, I really felt like a little kid again, especially the ending. I'm not going to spoil it. This is a non-spoiler video at all. The ending reveal of what we're going to get for the future of these new reboot / prequel movies, I am all like for it. This is like an 80s kids, like Hasbro, like dream team, and I'm all excited. And I'm going to just say, if you know, you know. And I really can't wait to see what else we get for the new Transformers movies. And I think this is a good step in the right direction after the Bayformer films kind of sputtered out in the end. So, Rise of the Beast, I say give it a watch.
Someone's hiding something. We're running out of time. Where is she?
Missing. Rated PG-13.
Okay, so my thing with number 2, it was either going to be Megan or Missing, but I had to think about it. And as much as I want to put Megan at number 2, I think Missing, I enjoyed it just a bit more because I'm a big fan of the 2018 Searching film. And seeing that this is the same team with that film that did this film, it gave it an edge up with Megan. But otherwise, Missing is a very good thriller type mystery film. This takes your anxiety and it holds you. It does it the way it holds you at like it makes you anxious. It reminds me of the original OG Paranormal Activity movies that would do that constantly, and it made it so entertaining to watch. I think Storm Reed did a great job with her performance, considering all you have to do is just not all you have to do. It was just kind of like you just record the computer with the GoPro, just do the reaction and everything. Script's already taped right there, but she did a good job of being a teen who's trying to really find her mom, and you really see her kind of go through a character arc, and she solves this kind of the way that she knows how to. It's kind of like the reverse of John Cho from Searching, how he didn't really know a lot about the internet and technology, so he had to use it to learn it. With Storm Reed's character in Missing, she knew a bit more about technology, was able to help solve the case of what happened to her mother. And I think just that tension of you not knowing what's gonna happen and what you think is gonna happen, I think that what's make Missing so like good with its suspense and mystery. And honestly, it was just good from start to end. It made you not want to look away from the screen. I love Missing. I think it's getting overshadowed this year. I think it's probably one of the better movies to come out, especially in January, when you know January is just a dumping ground for all your movies like this. The fact that this movie did well in January, and January this year had a lot of great movies this year. And I'm thinking about it. You had Plane, Megan, and Missing. Yeah, it was definitely a new year with that. But yeah, if Missing's on Netflix, give it a watch. If you want to have a nice movie night with the folks or friends, put Missing on. Yeah. And to no shocker, if you know this channel and page, number one so far that has not been dethroned, probably when I see Across the Spider-Verse, that'll probably be it. But as of now, I'm going to give it to John Wick Chapter 4. As many as you know, I am a big sucker for action film, Old Boy, Ip Man, The Raid, Nobody. I love all those action films. But John Wick is probably the one that I love the most. And seeing this movie series start off from humble beginnings in 2014 to skyrocket into the global phenomenon it is in 2023 with John Wick Chapter 4 has been beautiful. It's like watching your butterfly grow up from a freaking caterpillar all the way to a butterfly. It's beautiful. But no, John Wick Chapter 4 is such a fun action film. It's not only like, it's pretty much like a video game at this point with the world and the physics that happened in John Wick, but damn it if it's not fun. I think a big example of that would probably be the roundabout in France that took like a long time to film apparently with the action scene, but that's what makes it fun. And to see that this movie actually had dominated, it went up against Fast X and Marvel and DC, it's still winning the conversation. Even in home, it's now becoming like one of the most streamed movies of the year, and that's for good reason. John Wick Chapter 4 is just awesome, and seeing that the director Chad Stefankansky, if I'm pronouncing the name right, seeing that he's going to do Ghost of Tsushima, the movie, I'm intrigued by that now. And you know, Keanu Reeves continues to be an immortal 56-year-old. Now, the movie's not perfect. There is the point of, you know, Keanu's getting a little up there in age, so a lot of the stunts kind of choreography was a little wonky because they had to wait for Keanu or someone else to get in the position, but they did a good job trying to get that together. And with the action is probably the best part. They're one of my favorite action sequences was probably the top-down Dragon's Breath shot, because it really felt like an old-school video game, and I think they based it off a video game. I just completely forgot about it. And the characters in this film were great. There was a lot of great supporting cast. Donnie Yen was just a badass and everything. I think one of the only weakest parts of the cast was probably Bill Skarsgård as the villain. He didn't really do anything. He was just kind of just sitting there like, I'm going to be evil and I'm going to show you how evil I am because I'm going to kill John Wick and wear nice suits. But you know, John Wick Chapter 4, it's definitely, if you've seen all of the John Wicks, I say give it the 4. And seeing how it ended, I don't know how we're going to get another film like this, but if we can continue to maybe the spin-offs do well, and if we can get one more movie in the mainline series, get the 5, I'm all for it. I love John Wick Chapter 4, but that's going to be my number 1 film so far of 2023. Yeah! So that's going to be my list for my top 5 favorite films of 2023 as of this time, as of July. Now, there's a lot of movies I've seen. I'm going to be able to go see it, and by the time the end of the year comes around, this won't be the conclusive top 5. There will be definitely more options at this, but I'm curious to know in the comment section below, what has been your favorite films of 2023 so far, and what have been some of the films you say are probably the worst so far, because we got 4 months left or 5 months left in the year, so a lot more contenders to go to. So let me know in the comments below. I've been Mac from Mac Reviews. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
This is fun! Hello.